just like something magical. When that gun goes off, you couldn't bottle that energy. There's no other race I've ever felt where just the intensity and the joy and just the anticipation of what's going to happen is magical.
Now, we all know the historic story of Western states, that this was once a horse race that traveled over the crest of the Sierra and down into the canyons and out into the foothills, following the paths of previous miners who found gold here. It was then converted into a foot race after horseman Gordy Ainslie. Well, his horse couldn't complete the distance, so he did it on foot, thereby this becoming the first 100-mile trail race in the world.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Trail Runner Nation. I'm Andy Jones-Wilkins.
I'm Don Freeman.
And I'm Scott Warr, and we are just a few days away from Western States 100 2016.
Which means it's time for a preview. Hey, so let's kick it off. Every year is exciting, but what excites you about this year?
I think there's a lot of excitement going into this year's race around a very, very competitive women's race, maybe the most competitive we've seen.
What do you see?
I have to go with Magdalena Boulay and Casey Lichtig as the two runners who are, I would have to imagine there's a pretty good chance the winner's going to come from one of the two of them. Magda, in her debut last year, just over 19 hours, has the pedigree of a marathoner, has been training really hard. Casey has methodically gone from 6th place to 2nd place. So I think out of those two, we'll see an interesting front pack. And Devin Yanko from the Bay Area, who's had a few years away, but had an incredible Javelina 100 in October. So, there's some pedigree in that group right there. If I was in the women's field in the hunt for the top 10, I'd be like, wow, there's not much margin for error.
But you can never, on a 100-mile distance, you can never predict anything. Anything could happen. Your stomach could go south, and it never goes south. You can end up with a blister that you've never seen before. There's just things that happen, and that's why we line up and race them.
I think one of the things that makes this year extremely interesting, particularly on the women's side, is just the density of competition.
I've done everything I can. I feel good about the training. I feel good about where I am mentally. I'm just really excited to get the journey underway.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow starting and actually getting out there, and I think once the race starts and once I start running, everything will kind of fall into place.
I'm competitive with myself, so I love to have competition because that brings out everybody's best. And so having this enormous group of women to run with is going to bring a better KC.
Every year, the women's race gets deeper and deeper, and there are 5, 6, 7 girls who could potentially win the race or finish on the podium. And in addition to that, there's a whole group of girls who can finish inside the top 10. Probably this year, 16, 17 girls who could be top 10 tomorrow.
I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I've been waiting for this day for a while now, and it's finally here.
Got to all come together on race day, and so it's really a testament to how each of those athletes really manage what goes on during the day, whether it's the heat or nutrition or pacing. All of those things end up making a big difference at the end of the day.
Being in a Bay Area, you know of Western states. Whether you are a miler, ultra runner, trail runner, just local runner, if you go, to any local running store, someone probably has a cougar in there that belongs to Ann. Ann Trason being a multiple, I believe it's 14 times. It's hard to even comprehend that. And it's incredible. And I never really understood what that meant until I went to watch that race. I went to pace Alex Varner a couple of years ago. And I ran the last 20 miles, and I knew before I even started to pace him that I wanted to do that race. It's just being there, you feel just how special that race is, how much history it has, how challenging it is.
Yep.
I guess my biggest thing is if I'm quiet, it doesn't mean that I don't love you. I just get in the zone.
I get it.
And sometimes I'm all about just moving through. So I was born and raised in Poland, about 20 miles outside of Auschwitz. And then when I was 18, we immigrated to US. Yeah, I moved around quite a bit. I really didn't realize till I went to college what opportunities my parents provided for me. To this day, I'm very, very grateful for that to them. I became a US citizen on September 11th, 2001. I remember, just an ordinary day. I was super excited. You overhear people saying, what happened? What happened to New York? What happened to the towers? You're here, to celebrate something so special, yet on the other side of the country, people are dying. So for me, when I wear a singlet that says USA on it, I feel a sense of responsibility and pride every time I toe a line and have an opportunity to race and represent the country.
Magda is just tough. She has just an unbelievable capacity to train and to be uncomfortable for a very, very long period of time.
The day Owen was born, the why I do it every day has changed. It's very selfless, and I do it with a sense of responsibility, and it's bigger than me. I don't do it just for me anymore. I do it for this little human being that eventually is going to be hopefully a great person. There's something about when you do it for your kid, when you wake up in the morning and you have to be a good example for someone else other than yourself.
She loves Owen a ridiculous amount. Just all comes back to him and, setting an example for him for whatever he does. It's really important for her, and it's important for me too, to have him see his mom, especially, really strong female presence, to be out there and working hard and being very successful at everything she does.
The pressure that, if you win a race and coming back trying to defend, it's always there, but it's the pressure that you put on yourself more than anything. The people around you that have stuck with you through the journey, they just want you to finish the race safe. They just want you to, to have a good experience. Deep inside, you're the person who puts the most pressure on yourself. It's 100 miles, anything can happen, and nothing is really guaranteed. And just try to go out there and do what you love. Gun goes off, and you've got a big climb ahead of you. And I think that because there's a lot of hiking involved in that first 4 miles, going up an escarpment, it was pretty doable. You know, I definitely could tell that things felt a little bit harder than they should have. I was just trying to like run within myself and just make it to the top. And like, if I can make it to the top, then, you know, the favorite part of my course is about to begin.
I need my crew. I don't care what you want.
No. What's the next one? 6 months. Sponge baths or...
Rocket, rocket, rocket!
I'm Anna Mae Flynn. I'm 29 years old. I live in Lake Tahoe, and I teach in Olympic Valley. I grew up in North Carolina in a small town called Banner Elk. Grew up on a farm, 10 acres. I had tons of energy as a kid, so my parents were always throwing me in something. Ran high school, track and cross country, and then ran in college. The derivative is 3x squared, so it's going to be like this. So our coefficient of x is 1. Honestly, the students that I teach are what keep me alive and keep me thriving and just full of energy and like zeal to just wake up in the morning. I love seeing their faces every day, taking on the love and the passion of like being in the mountains. The kids are super enthusiastic about it, and it gives me great joy. I entered Lake Sonoma with the hope to finish 50 miles and to feel confident in racing 50 miles. Wanted to make sure that I could do it. I didn't think I could, you know. Just thought that it was an insane amount of mileage. So I went into that race very conservative, and I kept thinking to myself, like, this is really fun. Like, I'm just out here running with some girls, and it was really a perfect first 50 miles for me. I realized that I may be underprepared for this race, and it's not a race where I am going to be competitive, but more of a race, again, like Lake Sonoma 50, where I have no idea what I'm really getting myself into. But I'm going to trust that I can do it and that I'm mentally prepared and I've done as much as I can to get myself through it. Yeah, I don't know what that's going to be like until after the race, and then I'm sure I'll be able to tell a different story.
Definitely having fun.
Great work. Water. Get some in. What do you need? Water. Let's go, Casey. The only problem is I don't know her name. Doing great. Good job, girl.
Wasn't there. I've been out for 40 minutes on everything. Open it, go for it. They're standing a little ways down. Good? Okay. Sweat it.
Great work. We got him up here. Good job. How are we feeling?
Pretty good.
How you doing?
Are you good on your salt pills? Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
All right.
Hey, are you good? You got your gels?
Yeah.
You got it good?
Water and both.
Come on, baby.
Sponge on back. You are badass, dude.
Yeah. Money, ice.
You are running. You look amazing. They're not that far, dude.
Doing great, Anna.
You got it.
I feel really good. Good job. Dude, I feel a lot better now.
Good. Here, just stand right here. Do you want to change your shoes? You can take your time. Take all the time you need. That's good. You got your tag on your right fist?
I don't want this.
Go get him, girl.
You want ice in your hat?
All right, you guys.
So the first time I realized that, this is going to be a struggle and I might have to reassess my goals was at the very, very top. It was actually, Casey who said, hey, let's look back, just enjoy this for a second. We got to the top at the same time, and, I tried really, really hard to take it all in. But I could tell something was already off. And then we started on the single track, on the descent. I couldn't run more than 5-10 minutes without stopping and using the bathroom in the bushes. So that was the beginning of it. And I couldn't feel, I tried to drink and nothing was feeling well. And I knew that I was in trouble because I was already going pretty depleted. I said, just take a step back and just reassess. Getting to the finish line would be a great day today. I started to get really lightheaded. And I was having a hard time just staying on the trail, just moving on a single track and not weaving from side to side. And eventually I just started to walk. And I just wanted to see an aid station. Finally sitting down and at the aid station and not really being able to move forward, you know, it finally hit me like, all right, this is a recipe for disaster. It's not just a local race, you know, it's Western States. You're living for, 6 months leading up to that race, dreaming about, having a great day, and you're putting all this training in, and sometimes you have no control of the little things.
Nice job.
Nice job, man. Nice work.
Can I get you anything?
There you go.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you through there. We're right on the other side, okay?
The two girls rode together at 11 minutes back. Thanks, have fun.
Thank you for you.
Okay.
I'll take a couple of these and I will be good. Great.
Don't want to risk it.
Canyons, here we go.
Good job.
I'll tell you, you're gonna take some water with electrolytes in it, you know? Welcome to the Sea Corners. Get a drink, you're fine, get a drink.
I was in the station tonight. I didn't get enough, and so I was out of everything for 15 minutes. I know.
It's a really long race. They're right there.
They're right there.
For Devin, the mental game is a huge part of her race. I've watched her a lot of times over a lot of years, and I've always seen that in her best races and her worst races, it's the mental side that pulls her through a knot.
I'm trying, but
Devin, really that bottle up
really hard to work a problem that you. I know.
How are you? Okay?
Yeah, I just need to sit down.
Here. I'm going to trade you these also.
Yep.
Feeling it, lady.
Thanks.
Patient race, you're in a race car. How's your hydration?
I was pretty dehydrated, yeah. But
where's that bottle?
yeah, if anybody has any water.
Put the top on. Put the top on that.
We're coming.
Don't worry about it. It's right there, upside down. Knock down some of that. I'll give you a break. Yeah, right now is all about calories and hydration. For these next 3 hours, and not worry about anything except for yourself. Okay?
It's only mile 38. You'll catch up to all these girls.
Yeah, I'm looking for a hill right now. I'm ready to go. All right. I'll see you guys later.
We have some recliners you can lay in. We'll get some food.
Can I sit down and drink for a bit? Holly wasn't at Duncan, and so I had nothing for 50 minutes going up to Robinson. And I just, I'm cold. And I like that and cramping. You would be tonight when you so I'm just.
Chill out for a bit?
Yeah. I just don't know how to fix it. Like, I've been drinking plenty since Robinson, but I don't know. I don't.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go
Qualifying for Western States at Sean O'Brien was pretty awesome. It was not a smooth day, but it was a very important day for me to have because I was coming off such a momentous occasion in my own running to have come off like really nailing a 100-miler as my race right before that. And then coming to Sean O'Brien, finally having decided that I actually wanted to go back to Western States, which I hadn't felt in a really long time since I DNF'd there in 2010. I went through this terribly long bad patch, and then I turned around and I crushed it at the end. And to see that that's something that I can actually do, that built my own sense of resilience, that makes me really proud to have earned that spot, as opposed to just walking off with it. I think at Sean O'Brien, I got really down on myself because I think I suffer from imposter syndrome, and I always have, which is you think the bad things in your life happen to you because, like, that's what you deserve, that's who you are, and the good things are like flukes and things like that. I've always been really critical of myself. Even when I played basketball, like, I carried myself like I thought I was the greatest thing in the world, and I think, you know, that was masking a lot of the things that were going on in my life. My sophomore year, a girl transferred from a different high school, and she had her own private coaches. I joined that team when I was 15, and the main coach was Tony, and it was pretty early on. You have to understand, coming from, you know, a single working parent household, my dad was never around. Having a strong male role model, it was like I was ripe for that. It was an unfortunate thing that me and other people, you know, similar to me, ended up coming into the realm of somebody like Tony, who was a predator and had been a predator for, you know, 20 years. Especially as things progressed into like sexual abuse, where it's like, you're like, I don't, like, as soon as you realize, you have these moments where you're like, this is not okay. Like, I'm terrified, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. Your dreams are held captive, and my dream was to play college basketball. And I mean, that situation went on until I went away to college. I thought I could run away, you know, with this secret, because I knew it was happening to other people, and none of the other girls talked about it. Nobody acknowledged it. But when I came back from Fresno, it was clear that one of my best friends was either being groomed or it was too late. And to me, it was like, I felt like it was too late to save myself, but that wanting to protect her was a stronger instinct. He pled guilty. By the time that happened, there were more than 10 girls on a no contact order, and like all these people had come forward. But initially it was just me standing up against him, but like all the things that I had to go through and all the time it took me to recover from that, like running has been a vehicle for that healing, because it's a way of having something that is just for me and allows me to go out on the trails and feel what I feel and be who I am and kind of rebuild all of those things, all of these lies that I had to tell myself and tell the world about this situation. It has been a vehicle to help me understand who I really am. Racing doesn't truly matter. It's a novelty when you really consider like how powerful running is on its own. It's weird, I don't have any regrets in my life, even that. Because I wouldn't be, oh, I wasn't gonna get upset. I wouldn't be who I am without that. And
I like who I am now. So if that's what it takes, and you can't say, oh, take that away and you'll be the same person. Like, no, I wouldn't. Like, I've fought really hard to be who I am now. And that's the things that shape us, is like, that's what it takes. So.
It was very painful in the beginning to reconcile what had been done to me. I felt dirty and blamed myself. I felt that if I had somehow done something different, maybe I would not have been such easy prey for him. But in my heart, I knew that that was not true.
My transparency is born of that moment when I felt utterly alone and then had to stand up for myself and for my life and all of these things. And if me being transparent and sharing my story and sharing now things that are kind of, having a low moment in a race, like, and sharing that and being real about that is nothing compared to that. And to be able to share that story with people and those experiences, I think that there's so much value in that.
We're just gonna go for a little walk right now.
Good job, Devin.
I'm gonna. I'll take that. And for Western States, like, I have unfinished business there, but my business is not winning or top 10 or whatever. It's like finishing that race and experiencing something that is magical. I need to constantly be reminding myself of that fundamental truth.
Hugs.
Oh, there we go.
Go get it.
Thanks. It's so cold. Is Magda okay? She stopped. Is she okay?
I'm sure she is.
At least I know how much this is already gonna suck. So at least it'll just be on par with my expectations. Well, I guess, in theory, it's just gonna arrive me there when I said I was gonna be there anyways. And originally, in my plan. So, wow, that's a lot of signs. I want a sign. Hey, there's a sign! Can I just carry it with me? Take it. I just have to believe in that.
Believe in what?
That I can come back. Okay. There's popsicles. So, at least there's that. Gotta love me some popsicles. That's one Western States experience I am not missing out on. Popsicles. All the otter pops.
Super tired. Feel dizzy at all? special.
I just need to like
brew just for you.
regroup my mind.
It's a good spot to regroup.
This is insane. A lot of time to think going up the thumb. I'm not sure. I'm having. It's good because I've walked a lot, so I'm just like thinking about what I need to do to get through it.
Here we go. Corner for you.
Yeah, I just can't run downhill. Yeah, it's just really hard to do that.
Popsicles. Oh, popsicles. Thanks. The aid stations are awesome. I know, this is awesome. Thank you.
Good job, Maggie.
You don't know it should be to continue to look as good as you do right now. You know. Can I have water in here? Yep. Cool.
You're feeling good, Amy?
Goodness, I guess I can, right?
Good.
Here's the great thing, is like, you come back from this, right?
Yeah.
People hit their lows at different times.
Yeah.
And this is just your valley, but you're going to come right out of this because you're making great decisions right now. You really will, I promise you. I've been doing these races for way too long, I promise you. This is...
I'm like, this is so foreign and unreal.
It's so
it's such a crazy thing. I'm like...
It's so normal. Like, where you are right now, just completely normal.
But like, it's crazy because like, I couldn't wait to get to the thumb because I like going uphill. I was like, finally an uphill. And then I was like, it's like just everything, like, why, like, why am I racing? Like, why am I even doing this? This is so crazy. Like I'm not going to race anymore. Like, I'm just, like, over it. I'm just so over it. Like, some kid was like, you inspire me. I'm like, really? Because this is, like, not that cool right now.
So, this is the part of it where you're not going to quit, you're going to get back out there, and you're going to take one step at a time, and you're going to get to the finish line. And then the craziest thing is you're going to do it another time. You will, I'll tell you, you will. And be kind to yourself. Quit putting so much pressure on yourself. Yeah. You love being in the mountains. You love running. I've seen you because your ass is like at the top of the mountain when I'm just at the bottom thinking about getting there. Just get back to that place that you love. There's no pressure. You should also drink this pickle juice.
Okay.
It's actually gross, but it's magic.
It's pretty good, actually. I think I really need salt.
So why don't I get you some more of that? This is like the magic
It's really
juice.
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's 100 miles.
This is 100 miles.
This is 100 miles.
Keep moving.
Okay.
You got this.
Let's go Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Just
some rollers here for a couple miles, so just walk out the kinks.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. I'm trying. That's why I'm doing this.
36.
Yeah, 36. Thank you.
Looking good,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Good job, buddy.
Looking good. Welcome back to Michigan Bluff.
Whew. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Bluff.
Woo-hoo! Finally. Enough of that climb. First time coming into Michigan Bluff ever feeling great.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was my goal. Ah! Snake! Oh my god!
That was a snake.
That's a big snake!
It wasn't a rattler, though.
I don't care! Holy shiznit!
I did get that on film.
Oh my gosh! That got my heart rate. Oh my word! Yeah!
Go through the aid station. We're out the other side. Okay? Good work. Yeah! All right! Woohoo! I'll get that off. off over here.
All right.
Good.
Perfect.
You, my friend. Nice job. I'm so proud of you.
Good
Run steady.
I'm having fun. Way to go, girl.
Good job, Casey.
Good.
My life here in Omaha is rooted because I love Nebraska, I love the Midwest. My family's here. That's what's important to me right now. And so someday I may decide to move and go out into the mountains, but until then, I'm happy and content where I'm at, and I love the Midwest. I grew up in a small town of Dannebrog, Nebraska, which has a population of 352. And I grew up with my grandparents. As my mom, she worked overnights, and so she had a hard time taking care of me as a single parent. But my mom, she ended up getting me more involved in running. She started taking me to the gym, and she would run on the treadmill, and I thought, hey, I want to be like my mom. First started distance running when I was just going to be a junior in high school. And I just started doing the cross country. I was always walking the hills. I couldn't finish without walking. And I remember my first instance of finishing my cross country race was in Ord, which was pretty much the flattest course out there. But I ran the whole way, and I remember finishing, and my coach was just ecstatic, and I was ecstatic. And after that, I saw that I was improving, and I've always wanted to improve upon myself and what I can do, and that's kind of how I continue to go about my running. I am an inpatient physical therapist. I love working with the people that I have as patients. I believe he went home the first day, so will he stay 2 days? Chair? What I get out of being a physical therapist is being able to give back, to get back on your feet healthy, to walk again, walk correctly. It's very rewarding to see that. It's not a fast-paced life. I have my friends here, my family's close by, my dogs. Like my house here, I can just step out, go on the trail, go up to Lake Zorinsky any time of the day I want to. I train for the mountain ultras by, as my coach Jason Coop will tell me, just we gotta do something, make your engine strong. So trying to get that strong aerobic base, and then finding whatever hills I can to train on in the weekends.
Casey's a complete person. I mean, she's obviously an amazing athlete, a lot of really amazing finishes in the ultra running world, but who she is as a person far surpasses any athletic accomplishment that she could ever have, even winning this race. She's just a good person, and that's honestly the most rewarding part of working with her.
A successful race at Western States this year would mean that I would come across that finish line still smiling, still happy, and giving the glory again to God. I'm competitive with myself, so I love to have competition because that brings out everybody's best. And so having this enormous group of women to run with is going to bring a better Casey. I admire anybody to cross that line, so whether you're first or last, you're a winner.
Good job, Casey.
Good job, Casey. Girl, how you doing?
Good job. So proud of you.
And ladies and gentlemen, huge round of applause.
Good job, Casey.
Nice shot.
Yes!
Championship!
Great job!
I'm good.
You're all set.
Okay.
That's all you gotta do. Just run around like Zeke.
This is a fun spot.
No lows. Woo! Woo!
Double situation. Woo!
Hi, you.
That's coming back on.
Hi.
Hi, Devin. You good? Really good now. Good? Yeah. We just have to get rid of a blister and some when you need it.
To have an amazing support crew is everything to me because I come from a team sports background, and when I started ultra running, like the reason why I came towards it is because of the community. And so when you have those people there, it's your lifeline, right? You come in and you're like, hey, I'm not just out in the woods by myself doing this. I'm doing, like, there are people who are frying their brains out, standing there for 5 hours or 10 hours or however long to be there for you to do this. Like, it's so inspiring. And, like, you know, to have, like, I have somebody on crutches, Amelia's on crutches, like, if I come into that aid station, like, her making that effort to crutch down Bath Road to be there for me, like, they're putting so much in. It's really inspiring to have that support, and you can't help but kind of feel love and, like, you know, determined with that. I mean, it can change everything.
There are so many unknowns that come inherently into running 100 miles. And for a lot of people who've done 100 miles before, there's some familiarity there, but every 100-mile race is a little bit different. You can't predict what happened in the last one is going to happen in the next one.
I've been dealing with tendinitis for leading into my peak week. I started to feel a little something and wasn't sure what it was. Even my coach was like, it's pain. Like, it's not going to be, you know, fully damaging. Even the massages, they said, you know, it's your fascia and it's inflamed and it's going to just hurt. And so I was prepared to go into Western States knowing that from the very basically from the very first step, it's just hurt. And I, you know, got like 20 hours worth of just full on pain the whole time. But I was able to run through, you know, like there were some times where it felt good and I was able to run smoothly, and other times where it was just unbearable and just kind of gritted through it, and then it just never got better. So I just kept gritting. You know, I think it's difficult when you don't reach your goals or your, I guess, like superficial goals. So I hope that people will see, and my students will be able to understand that, you know, just like this race, like life isn't about getting to that finish line that people talk about, you know, like this is what you should do in life. This is how your life should look. You should go to school, be successful, get straight A's, go to college, graduate college, find a wife or husband, get married, have 2 kids, get a house with a white picket fence. It doesn't work that way, you know? And that's exactly what this race was. It's life in a nutshell. However the race unfolded was, you cannot plan something like that, you know? And I feel like I was able to experience that for myself and had my own finish line out there on the trail. It's funny because I am an ultra runner. People consider me an ultra runner, but I have yet defined that for myself. Like I think that this race, I'm close, but I've just now tapped in. Like this was my first ultra race experience, and I succeeded at doing what it was that I needed to do to have all those experiences, as high as the lows. I've got severe tendinitis in my ankle, so I'm gonna let it do its thing, rest it up, and then start ramping up to try to get a golden ticket next year and do Western States again. And yeah. I can't believe I'm saying that because it's crazy. There were so many times that I was like cursing the trail, but there was so much good. So I'll be back.
I have pictured the track. I have really seen that moment, and it's gonna pull me there, you know, in those dark moments. And yeah, I've thought about it a lot.
This way, around the track,
I really ran with joy, and this is my Uncle Billy's birthday who passed away, and I know he was with me, and I know he helped give me wings to fly today. Thank you, Billy.
There is nothing more special than that finish line. Like, you come around that track and it's like, you've earned that, and I fought for that, you know, and to scrape my way back. I mean, it was everything.
A week after Western States, I started to feel better. My stomach bug was gone. I started to eat again, and the first thing I said, okay, I'm fit. I never really got an opportunity to use my fitness. It's time to move on, and it's time to get back to doing what I love. And I love to race and I love to train. So decision, was to come back and give it a shot at Speed Goat. There's a great deal that you learn about yourself, I think, with every race, but especially 100-mile races. I don't think that I truly appreciated how special my win was in 2015 till I faced 2016 and not being able to reach my goal. And those moments, I feel like, make me so much stronger and give a lot of meaning to what I do. It's just another obstacle that you overcome, and life goes on. Life goes on, and I think you really, I truly think you come out of all of those experiences so much more rich. And it doesn't mean that they will get easier. Life doesn't get any easier. It's just you're a lot more prepared and equipped to handle all the situations that come at you. And they will, whether it's running or not. Just life happens, and you gotta be ready.